Hello there, YouTube. I can see you admiring my fully retail RNG manipulated shining starter Pokemon from Fire Red and Leaf Green version. It would be my absolute pleasure to guide you with my magic spoon through the entire process, so that you too can RNG manipulate a shining starter Pokemon from Fire Red and Leaf Green on full retail setup. You may be wondering a few things. Is this difficult? Yes. Why does he have a huge spoon? Every Kadabra has their spoon. Why does he have those sunglasses? Well, these lights are very bright. Just like the future of my channel if you hit that like and subscribe button right underneath the video here. Phase 1. Getting the needed tools and setting up your fresh game file. You will need the following computer programs: Pokefinder, Gen 3 Seed Assistant, Flowtimer, your computer's calculator in programmer mode, and you'll need some browser tabs for the Seed spreadsheet and the Blissey Flowtimer converter. The required links are all linked in the description and the pinned comment. First thing you do is get the game that you want to start fresh on. Then you need to set text speed to fast. It is essential that you do that. As you can see, mine is set to fast. Then save the game. You want to create new game because we're going to be using Flowtimer at the intro of the game. At a very specific time, we're going to press A. It's going to help us deduce where our secret ID is. The first tools we need to use together are the Blissey Flowtimer converter and Flowtimer. In the Flowtimer converter, make sure you have the right numbers, game version, and console set. Any extra or missed numbers can cause a lot of mistakes. The difference between Fire Red 1.0 and 1.1 is if the word presents appears after the Game Freak logo in the intro. That means you are on 1.1. Leaf Green does not matter. I'm doing Leaf Green version on my Nintendo DS. And we are setting the method to ID RNG, and we are setting the intro timer to 0. We are leaving the delay box at the automatic 249 for the English game, and we are setting encounter advances to 1149. If you are using a different language game, the delay box will be different, and you can find the values for those in the description and pinned comment. Hit calculate, copy this 15087 into our Flowtimer, which I've already done, you can see there. And then the number of beeps that you want to hear, as we're going to be pressing A with the rhythm of beeps and pressing A on the final beep, and I like to use 6, and so does a lot of the RNG community. So without further ado, we're going to get through the intro of the game. Basics of this entire process is that our secret ID is created after those 15 seconds pass when we choose our trainer name. We will be starting the Flowtimer at the exact same time as confirming our name choice. And it is highly recommended you use a global keybind in the settings of Flowtimer. It is way easier to simultaneously press buttons with a global key press. Getting through the beginning here is fine. Remember, everything starts at the moment of the name confirmation. So this is the screen where you're going to want to kind of sync yourself up and get really focused. I'm going to go ahead and name myself. Hover over the start button, but do not press it. Just make sure that you've got Flowtimer set to a keybind and you're comfortable with pressing them at the exact same time, because that is the key to RNG manipulation. I do a little mental countdown and I'm pressing my plus button on my keyboard and my A button on my Game Boy at the exact same time. And then you need to mash through the intro of naming your rival and be at the final A press, which I will show you. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mash through this. Don't care about his name. He says your name and then you wait here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we have a potential secret ID combination. We are now going to enter into phase 2. The next tools that we are going to use together are all of them. This is the researcher tool. If you open your Pokefinder and hit the tools drop-down menu and click researcher, you will be given this interface. We're doing a couple things here and we will be changing something here off the bat. As you can see right here, there is the custom 1 row. The custom 1 row and the 64-bit and the empty text box. These must be toggled. 64-bit must be changed to 16-bit high and you must type a number 1 in the box. Our next step in the researcher tool is going to be using that calculator I mentioned earlier, your computer's calculator, and you will punch in your trainer ID that you got. The trainer ID that I got was 61087. So you can see in programmer mode, when you type in those 5 digits, you have a hex value. The hex value is EE9F for me. That is another thing we change in the researcher, like so. The seed for us is EE9F. And our initial advances, you will want to change that as well. Change that to the good old 1140 to give us the beginner range. And then click generate. Again, now we're going to pay attention mostly to one row. The custom one row is our potential secret ID. Now, as you remember, we were going for advance 1149. So if we hit on the ball, our secret ID would be 46101. And for us to confirm that, we will use the Gen 3 Seed Assistant. With that tool, we will combine our trainer ID, secret ID, take a bunch of seeds from the seed spreadsheet, find a target, and start the actual RNG. When we find the target, if it's not shiny, that's not our secret ID, and we move on to another secret ID that's on this list. And at this point, I recommend using a little notepad. Keep track of things, your trainer ID, your initial seed. I also like to write down what I'm doing exactly. So the 1149 frame, you're gonna probably have to try a couple different ones. So I'm gonna write the 1148 frame as well, because I actually usually hit the 1148 frame. A lot of the shiny starters I hit were on the 1148 frame, 52515. I will also write the 1150. Just surrounding the 1149. That's a good amount of precaution. And it's entirely possible that you hit something that's not 1149, 48, or 50, and you have to go a little bit higher or lower, but that's the thing about this grind. You have to keep grinding out the targets and seeing what your secret ID is. Now, we can move on to set up some RNG. I'll show you how to use the common seed spreadsheet really quick, and then we move on to getting a target. We are in Gen 3 to Seed Assistant, and we are going to mostly interact with the seed spreadsheet, Flowtimer, and Converter, and Seed Assistant. Step 1 is find a shiny target, advance, and seed under this first potential trainer ID and secret ID combo. We are doing that advance 1149 value first, so that means what we're going to do is put our trainer ID in. You can remember mine was 61087, and the first secret ID we're testing is 46101. The next thing that we want to do is toggle shiny to star/square. Change the target advances to 5,000 and plus or minus 4,999. And then for the seed spreadsheet, what I recommend you do is copy the seeds from row 10 to row 70 and use the mono/LR settings. This means you must have these two options saved when doing attempts. This amount of seeds gives you a good enough chance to find a low advance shiny to speed this process up. When you confirm your secret ID with the shiny starter, you can then check all the seeds you want on the spreadsheet with all the settings options you desire, and can RNG pretty much any Pokemon in the game and get a lot of different spreads. We just need to confirm our secret ID, so don't overthink the spreadsheet right now. All I'm doing is copy and pasting rows 10 to rows 70. So in the mono LR category, row 10, click that row, hold shift button and go down to 70, and now I have a whole row that I control C copy and paste into my common seeds. And now I can click search. If this is my secret ID, any of these shiny frames that I go for are going to be shiny. If they're not shiny, if I end up finding the Pokemon with the nature and IVs and it's not shiny, that means it's not our secret ID and we move on. Like I keep saying, we're doing 1149 first with the test of 46101. I normally go for a shiny advance that's anywhere from 700 advances to roughly 12, maybe 1500 seconds because it's a short wait. In Gen 3, the RNG is about waiting. For this, all we're doing is looking for a low frame to confirm our secret ID, and then we can go crazy with different RNGs. Confirming secret ID and getting shiny starter is essential. You don't even have to save after you find the shiny starter. Once you confirm your secret ID, you can then search the spreadsheet for some dank, you know, awesome shiny starter, and you can sit and wait for 20 minutes each attempt if you want. But again, confirm secret ID, find shiny starter. We are on 1149. Secret ID 46101. I'm going to take this shiny right here. This is, and I like using the notepad for this reason again. I am going to go for a frame 1217 shiny. This is how I normally do it. 1217 shiny. That is a relaxed nature. Because the nature is a lot of information with a low-level Pokemon when we're using the seed assistant. And you also need to know the seed. Now you can see the seed is here as well. I'm going for CE0C. CE0C. I write these down. And now we're going to set up the RNG. What we do is we change the target advances to our new target advance, which is 1217. Change the plus or minus to 10. Take away the star square. Gen 3 seed assistant is basically set up. The other thing you would do is delete some seeds from the list, because you're going to find a lot of Pokemon that are similar, and when you have a high amount of seeds, then you will get a lot of results, and it can be confusing. So look for the seed that you're doing out of the seed spreadsheet. As you can see right here again on the seed spreadsheet, I'm going for CE0C. Control F, CE0C, and there it is. You can see that this is on row 19. Now we're going to interact with the Flowtimer converter, set up a new Flowtimer, and actually start taking attempts on the starter. And then I'll show you how to calculate the starter, see what you hit, and calibrate the timer, and keep going until you get it. Alright, chat, we're finally in game. We're ready to go after our first potential trainer ID and secret ID. First things that you must check for yourself. On your Gen 3 seed assistant, like I said earlier, I'm going for a seed that was on row 19. So if you would like, you can delete, you know, all the late seeds like row 50, like 40 through 70. You can delete them from the list. That's inside that you copy and paste it in Gen 3 seed assistant, because you're not gonna hit those, and it's gonna tell you that you hit those even though you know you're not. So just look at the order of the seed spreadsheet if you're not going to delete them to lower the results and just narrow it down. It's pretty easy to narrow it down. I'm not trying to make it sound like extra confusing. Anyway, the most important thing is that you must have the correct options. Like I said, I'm using mono LR, so sound is on mono and button mode is on LR. Text speed is on fast. Game is saved. Now we're gonna set up the Flowtimer with the Flowtimer converter. Once again, you make sure everything is toggled properly. We have a fresh game, so we're going leaf green version. We're going NDS for me. The method is 124. Don't change that. Now the intro timer in MS is the intro timer that you are desiring to hit on the spreadsheet. CEOC on the spreadsheet, 35,000. So I actually don't have to change anything here. If I was going for a different seed, you're going to see that the intro timer to MS row has a different number. Now, when I get to a different target, you'll see me change this number. And when I do this target, you'll see me calibrate and things will change. Anyway, first advances in delay box, ignore that. The encounter advances are the 1217 that we mentioned earlier. You can see I still have my little notepad out, so it's easy to remember. 1217. And all you do is hit calculate. And this is our very first Flowtimer. We're going to copy and paste that in. I have my 6 beeps. And now what you do is you reset the Nintendo DS and you press A on select GBA game at the same time as your Flowtimer key. Real quick note for anyone playing on a GBA, SP, or 3DS. For you to begin the RNG, you will use a different starting moment. You will start your GBA game and then hit the start and select buttons at the same time, like so. And you will notice that the Nintendo word has disappeared and we are frozen at the Game Boy screen. This is the screen where you will initially press A and start your Flowtimer for RNGs. Press A here and the game boots. Just wanted to make a quick note. Press A as a little example and moving along. And the next part is to watch the entire intro. And then you're going to hear your first set of beeps and you're going to hold A until the file select screen appears. And then you go into the game and you wait at the final A press to confirm the starter. Let me do a trial run for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now my flow timer is running at the same exact time that the game is beginning, and that is perfect. And like I just mentioned, you must let the entire intro play out. You're gonna be in love with the fire red and leaf green intro by the end of your RNG manipulation in this game. This is something you must wait through the entire time, every single attempt, so get cozy. But our beeps are coming up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I pressed A on the 6th beep and I'm holding A. File select has appeared. Now I press A. You can press B to skip this part. And then you're going to wait at the text box that says, it's after the yes, it's this one. This Pokemon is quite energetic. You see my flow timer counting down. At 2.5 seconds, it'll beep again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I pressed A to confirm that Charmander. And now we're going to take a look at it. Get through that. And now we're going to check out the starter. We got ourselves a Hardy Nature Charmander. So now we're going to pull up the seed assistant. We got our seed assistant and it's ready to go because we put the target advances of 12, 17, the plus or minus 10. We've got our Did Sid. We don't have the shiny toggled. Change the Pokemon from me to Charmander. Hardy Nature. And when you type in just a clean row of its level and stats. So it's level 5 and you check its stats. You just do 5, space 20, space 11, space 9, space 11, space 10, space 12. Calculate IV ranges, search, and it looks like we only had one result, which is good. We're going to refer to the seed spreadsheet because we know the seed that we hit. The advances that we hit is 12, 11. You can see that. Put a counter advances hit in the flow timer converter. You scroll down because it does some calculations for you. We hit the frame of 12, 11. And now what you do is you go for that seed in the spreadsheet. It's A4, D4. It's likely near the CEOC. As you can see, it is actually one seed early. These are in a sequential order. So when you are looking at them, all you have to do is look at the intro timer that's next to it. I hit the intro timer of 34984. So I simply post that into the load timer converter. 34984. 34984. Hit calculate. It adjusts the intro timer and it adjusts the frames. You copy and paste the new value and then you run it back. And this is just a chain repetition until you hit this either shiny or not shiny on that frame with that nature and those IVs. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our A press is coming up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding A, releasing A, pressing B, getting to the last text box of the starter. You press yes and then wait here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press A on that final beep. Okay, we got Rash. It definitely takes a couple runs. So don't get discouraged. Next thing we do is whip out that seed assistant. Change that nature. We got a different one. We got Rash. 5, space 19 HP, space 11, space 10, space 12, space 9, space 12. Calculate, search. See, in this example, we got multiple results. So we're going to refer to the sheet again. So we're aiming for that CE0C. Which one is close and which one is far? You know, there's likely seeds that are nowhere near me, both early and late, so they don't make sense. And you can also look at the advances and see that some are just probably too far or too early. So I'm going for CE0C. I had just hit A4D4. The only, actually, you can see the only near one that I have is EE61. I was just several frames early, and now I'm a couple frames late. This is totally normal. It takes a couple runs to get the Flowtimer calibrated. So I hit seed EE61. That's 34950 as an intro timer, and all you do is keep changing these values. 34950 on advanced 1222. Calculate, copy and paste my new timer, and then run it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yes, after the Nidorino attacks and the Venusaur pops up, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold down that A, hold down that A. It's very important you're holding down the A. That was a critical B press. Wait at this final text box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hasty nature. It'll take multiple runs. Don't get discouraged. Just keep at it. If you start getting some wild results and you're too late or you're too early, like it's going insane, then you gotta just start fresh. Some seeds are harder hit than others, so maybe pick a different seed. Level 5, 18, 11, 8, 11, 10, 14. Calculate, search. Again, we hit that one seed early A4D4 and one advanced early 1216. That is extremely close to on seed and on frame. I'm still gonna adjust my flow timer though. Very easy to see on the spreadsheet. 34984, and we hit that advanced 1216. Type that. Calculate. And we do another run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a lax, not a relax. That's okay. It was seed 08EB, which is a couple seeds late, which is 35034. I'm gonna change that. My intro timer hit was 35034, and the encounter advance I hit was a 1214. And yeah, this is it. This is the cycle until you get your target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relaxed. This is a good sign. It's not shiny, but let's see if it's the relaxed one that we want. So, go back to the good old seed assistant. Calculate, search, and as you can see, we have a situation where there's two results. But you can look at the spreadsheet and know that it is extremely unlikely to be the other result. And if you see also, it says a star shiny, and it is not a shiny. You can see right there, it is not shiny. So that means that this is not Sid. And now you move on. You repeat the entire process from the beginning, which I will show you really quick because it's really repetitive and easy. We're gonna get a new target on a new secret ID combo. The trainer ID doesn't change. In the seed assistant, I'm changing to my new secret ID. I'm gonna change to 1148. That's 52515. So 52515. Make sure to clear everything off. Take away the nature take away the IVs. If you click them, they will reset like so. Put the star shiny toggle on. Put the 5,000 to 44,999 range. I didn't delete any seeds, like I said, because I just look at the list and search. And now we have a whole new target to go for. So for this secret ID combination, 1298 timid on seed F5FC8. That's our new test. So I change the target advance to the new 1298. I change this plus or minus to 10. I toggle off the star and square. And I begin fresh on my Flowtimer. I refresh the Flowtimer and I do everything from refresh. Leaf green, NDS. The intro timer is going to be that seed. So the intro timer of this my desired seed, which is 5FC8. I go over to the spreadsheet, Control F, 5FC8. Look for the one that I'm going for. It's on row 14. And its intro timer is 34917. So 34917. My advances that I desire are 1298. Calculate, and we have a brand new flow timer. And we begin again. Alright, we're coming up on confirming our second TID SID and potential shiny target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Shining Charmander with a timid nature. Calculate, search. Now there's a lot of results, but there's only one star shining. And that's our seed, and that's our frame. I'm going to end the video now and say thanks to friends of the channel I'm a Blissey and Papa Hefe. They have both personally taught me all I know about RNG to this day, and I have enjoyed being a part of the community and making content. Special thanks to all the developers of tools, researchers of RNG, Admiral Fish, Papa Hefe, Blissey, Xiao, Poe, Stringflow, and thanks to Mucks for the different language intro delays. And thanks to all the helpful people in the community. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Pokemon RNG content. I will be making videos on everything Fire Red and Leaf Green, from legendaries to gifts to wild Pokemon to eggs. Thanks again so much, and if you need help, be sure to ask in the comments or join my Discord. Give me a follow on Twitch as well for all the live RNGs I do and other gaming content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.